Hey guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. Pag-uusapan natin ngayon, youth unemployment sa Canada. Lagi po nating naririnig yan sa mga balita ngayon dahil, alam nyo ba, tumaas na yung unemployment rate amongst the youth here to levels na nakikita lang daw kapag nasa recession. Okay? Napakataas ng youth unemployment. At ang isa po sa mga sinisisi, as usual, ay yung mga temporary foreign workers. Diba? Of course, I'm sure, to some extent, yes. Yes, no, na kukuhaan ng ilang mga TFWs ang trabaho na sana pwedeng gawin ng mga bata dito sa Canada, no? Pero ang tanong in this episode, sila lang ba ang may kasalanan? Sila ba talaga ang main contributor to this problem, the problem of youth unemployment? At saktong-sakto, yan ang pag-uusapan natin because according to some reports, which I will share with you, hindi po sila ang top reason. Hindi po mga TFW, no? O, sige, puntahan natin ang report na ito. Ayan, this is from CBC News. Ang headline, temporary foreign workers not the main factor in high youth unemployment according to an analyst. Sige, play po natin ano.
Fabienne Lunga is an economics professor at McGill University and the Canada Research Chair in Labor and Personnel Economics. What's contributing to that number?
Mm-hmm. Youth unemployment is it's like a canary in the coal mine. It's one of the measures that moves the most with a business cycle. I mean, youth unemployment almost by definition are all individuals just entering the labor market. They are all looking for jobs. So when hiring slows down, unemployment in that group is going to be the first to move rapidly. And that's what's happening right now. So I think this is primarily a business cycle phenomenon.
So this is, at the entry-level jobs is maybe the most fungible part of your payroll if you're a business where you make decisions to hire or not hire. And because of all the uncertainty that's happening in the Canadian economy right now, this is where we're seeing it first.
Exactly. So I think what's happening is that firms are putting investment on hold, right? They're maybe not yet stopping their production processes at quite the levels that we have seen maybe in the Great Recession or during COVID, but they're not investing as much, and as they're not investing, they're not hiring as much, and they're retaining the current workforce for the most part, but they're not hiring new employees, and these employees would be disproportionately drawn from young individuals, people re-entering the labor market or entering it anew, and so the unemployment rates go up. I think that's the main factor.
Right. Okay. So
yun. Okay, so for him, the main factor is the slowing economy. Okay, slowing economy. Dahil nga naman, kapag hindi masyado maganda ang kita ng mga negosyo, hindi sila mag-expand ng kanilang operations, hindi po sila masyado mag-hire. Okay? I believe to some extent, di ba? Siyempre, nakakarinig tayo ng mga layoffs din na nangyayari to cut back on expenses. Sino ba unang madalas din tatamaan dyan? Siyempre, medyo yung mga entry-level job siguro. Ile-let go siguro yung mga medyo mas bata. Kakaumpisa pa lang sa trabaho. Okay, yan po ang sinasabi niyang dahilan. Now, I will share with you this report from CTV News. Okay? Yan. Isa rin po daw sa mga dahilan kung bakit tumaas ang youth unemployment, AI. Naniniwala po ako dito. Okay? Nakaka-worry, no? How AI will affect not just youth employment, pero it might affect so many different jobs that many of us are doing right now, even those in, long-time careers na. Okay. So sabi po dito, published September 8 po no, ng CTV News, self-checkout counters and AI, examples of why youth unemployment at recession rates according to an economist. Sige, basahin po natin to, no? According to a report written by a CIBC senior economist, AI and an oversupply of labor may be affecting the rate at which young people can find work. Ano ibig sabihin? Ang ibig sabihin po niya, Yung combination ng AI, tsaka ng oversupply ng mga workers, ang una pong nadadali, kumbaga, ay yung mga batang manggagawa. Hindi po sila, kumbaga, priority na i-hire. Okay. Ano ba tong AI na sinasabi niya? Halimbawa, self-checkout counters. Totoo. 'Di ba? When we go to mga Walmart, ang dami na pong self-checkout counters. Ilang counters yun doon sa ikaw ang magsascan ng sarili mong item, magbabayad ka. Ilan na yun? 10? Minimum 10 sa isang malaking superstore? Isa pang halimbawa sa McDonald's, no? Meron na rin po sila yung mga counters na ikaw mag-i-input ng iyong order. Sa McDonald's namin, ilan po ang ganyan? Parang 3, 4? That's 4 jobs for that branch alone. Diba? Yung sa Walmart tinutukoy ko, it's only for that branch alone. So that obviously limits the number of people na kailangang i-hire ng mga establishments na yan. Another possible reason for an increase in youth unemployment may be due to employers looking for workers who will hold positions permanently rather than a student or a young person who may only want to work the job over the summer or while they study before moving on to a professional job in the field. Madalas po natin naririnig yan. Ang ini-imply po nito, nahuhuli sa priority ng isang employer ang pag-hire ng mga bata kesa sa mas mga nakakatanda. Dahil may mas tendency yung mga kabataan na maglipat-lipat po ng trabaho. Okay? Pero, dito rin pumapasok yung issue ng temporary foreign workers, no? Na yung mga employers daw, mas pinipili yung mga foreign workers, halimbawa, dahil sila nagtatagal sila doon sa posisyon. Okay, ititrain nila, at least, balik sa kanila yung investment nila dahil hindi umaalis agad yung foreign worker daw. Okay? So, ayun. So, hindi na naman i-hire itong mga bata. Pero ang tanong ko dyan, is that right? Diba? Kasi yung issue ng whether or not may mag-a-apply pero ayaw nila kunin dahil tamad raw or what, yun ba ang purpose ng PFW program? Parang hindi yata, no? I'd like to share with me your thoughts on that. Okay, because in that case, it does not become an issue of kakulangan ng workforce. Ibang issue na yun altogether. Okay, before I end, no, siguro basahin ko na lang tong isang line na ito. Na ang tumataas daw na youth unemployment is not unique to Canada. Sabi dito, this is not just a Canadian phenomenon. We are seeing elevated levels of youth unemployment in other countries. For example, in parts of Europe and even in the US, where the overall labor market is actually quite strong. So yun, okay? So let me know what you guys think. Put them down there in the comment section. Dito na po muna natin tatapusin ang ating episode. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!